FEI, NAMEF, and Equimaster bring you the Grooms Course 2022 in Windhoek, Namibia. In this episode, Suzanne Markin, who hails from Ireland, is going to take the grooms through basic horse care through observation. We will also hear from the grooms how they felt about their first day on the Grooms Course 2022. Let's take a look.
In the old days, a long time ago, people who had animals had farms, and they understood observation when a horse wasn't feeling well or something, because they needed that horse for financially working the farms. And now life has changed, and the horse has become for winning competitions. The behind has been a little bit let go. So now we're realizing, and we're going to do a great job on this. The FEI course is directed towards competition grooms. That does not mean to say that if you stay at home, you're not a competition groom. But everything in the FEI is directed towards competition. The horse has his stables, so he's at home. This is all about the horse. And he's living at home, and he's being fed, and everything's wonderful. And you are looking after him. This is the World Championships, maybe. Olympic Games. And this rider, to really be successful, does not have to have he has to be able to do it on his own. You can't do any of this without a happy horse, without a healthy horse. And here we have coaches, vet, farrier. Okay? So, and I will talk to you about the coaches. So all this you will also do. Okay? And we will discuss planning. Because what I disagree with is the base of the pyramid is the most important, but you must have an understanding of where you are going. What does that word mean? If you put it together. Assume. So if I assume that you know something, it makes a complete fool of me and you. So we're going to go through all the basics, and I will not assume that anybody knows anything. Anyway, relaxation. For me, I put it at the top. Because the rider and the horse have to be relaxed. So if the groom brings up a horse that's relaxed, we've got a chance. If the groom brings up a horse that's all agitated and difficult, now some horses are, but that's the one you have to work on. Okay? Rhythm. Rhythm. What is rhythm? It's the beats of the horse. Walk is in 4, trot, canter. Okay? But if my horse comes up like this in trot, he's no good for anything, is he? The rider also has to be mentally relaxed and has to be physically sound. But to me, it's the contact. We can put it in exactly the same, between the groom, the rider, the horse, and the whole thing together. Does that make sense? So actually, this, which is dressage, which is show jumping, which is endurance, which is racing, makes sense. It's mental, physical, and interaction. It's very simple, really. Basically, what I love, what has come out, is you want to learn and you want to tell others as well. Because if you don't impart your knowledge, then it never grows. Now, because I can see in your faces you need to see something, we're going to open our books, yeah? And we're going to look at the pictures. If you see this horse in the stable, what would you do? He's sick. You see how important your good observation is? He's sick. So today we look at the observation and then how we impart our knowledge to the riders, to the vets, to the farriers, and why. Okay? Minute. Okay, so what do you think? Just the initial check. Look at his eyes, yes. Okay, he's good pink color, yes.
Also like this, and you feel maybe his teeth are inside the middle of the shot.
Yes? And always look at his ears. Do you know why? Sometimes they sweat here for no reason. And his eyes look really healthy. Okay, perfect. He's got to be healthy in his eye. It's very easy. You look at a horse, and his face is the first thing you see. His ears, his eyes, his nose. What am I looking for? He doesn't have any discharge. Okay? This is why every groom has to know his horse. Some horses, if they are doing this, because they are lazy horses, it might mean they are sick. But some horses, like my idiot, as soon as he sees me with feed, she's going like this. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. There's nothing wrong with her at all. She's just being, and she bangs the door, and she say, hey, you're late. So we're going to go watch this video, routine checks, if I can get. But safety for the horse and the groom is paramount. So you try to keep things clean. You don't need to do this every day, but when you wash the eye, you must wash downwards, never upwards. And the nose the same, and the mouth. Then you can see if they have any problems with the bit. And always wash under the tail. Then you will see if they have melanomas, if they have shit that's wrong, if things aren't good, they can get infections. If you don't look, you don't know. And anyhow, you take the temperature, so it's important. Melanoma is white in here and here.
White.
White. They get white marks. Max, come and see. He has no melanoma. But here and here, it can be white. And it's cancer. A cure? No, it's a color, more like color of the skin.
Okay.
And it's a cancer.
When the horse is white?
More likely. More likely.
Okay.
Tomorrow we speak with the vet with this,
Okay.
and he will explain. There's not much you can do, but you must notice it.
Yes.
So when you are grooming, it's really to increase the muscle, the red blood cells, like a massage. Then if you look at the bones, all right, I think it's important for a groom to know where they are and how little room there is for tendons. And when we put our hand down a horse's legs, we will then see how important it is. These next two, do you ever have these here? Or is this only a phenomenon in Europe? The first one is generally when they are in stables and they don't have a comfortable bed. Under the elbow, they develop sores that then develop into capped, we call it capped elbows. It's to observe before. It's very easy, I can see that. Huh? But what I love is if Tuli comes to me and says, hey, you know this horse, he's always here, get this marks. And then we can look at the stable and we can see the reason before it happens. This is a hock. The hock is the back. This part. Now some horses are a pain in the neck and they kick the stable. You have these? It actually doesn't hurt them. If they have a bit of a capped hock, it doesn't look nice, but they're not going to be very sore. The next page is very important. This is, not so good. A bowed tendon. This is why we will practice running the hand down the horse's legs to feel the tendon before this happens. Okay? Have you seen this before? No? Wow, you're lucky. You have, Ajis, huh? This is where you come in and you go, hey, I noticed this. I think maybe there's some little thing going on. We now will do the communication. Okay, so everybody practice the tendons.
Like this?
Yeah? Not too hard, because if you do it too hard, they will naturally. Lift it up, lift up the leg, yeah? Just one at a time, he's not lifting both together. Lift it up, lift up. Now hold it, Yeah? Now run your hand down here. Just run it. That's enough. That's enough. Don't make him sore, okay? If they are sore, they will go like this. You don't need to make them sore. And also, you know your horse. Some horses have lumps. It's okay, you know? That's it. So he doesn't have any swelling or heat. Okay? Some horses lift their legs, some don't. That's fine. Good. And at the hind legs, that is okay. And you must pick always here, when you are running a hand down, never go straight to this. Because maybe he's a young horse. Better always start, let him know. Exactly. Okay, because if it's a young horse, you do that, Johnny, you will be dead. The next is the problem with a horse's stomach, colic. I think it must be a problem everywhere in the world. Horses, God did a good job, for most part, designing a horse, but he certainly forgot about his stomach. A horse's stomach is about the size of a rugby ball, which is not very big. Football, a bit bigger than a football. And he has this ridiculous long intestine, which is a nightmare. And unlike a cow, he can't digest things so well. But you notice that he's not well, huh?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And for me, the first thing you do is you get him up and you walk him.
Yes.
You take all his food away, yeah, and you walk. And you ring the vet and you walk and you say, hurry up, hurry up. And you walk and you don't let him have any feed. Okay? And that's all you can do for the beginning. I think what we have to do is, because we are the A team being the grooms, we need the owners, we need the riders, we need the coaches. They pay our wages and they are important. But we are the people looking after the horses. So maybe what we will try and do is educate ourselves to be really good. We let the owners make the money to pay us. Horse? Petros, you come into the stable and just tell me what's wrong with the stable. Is there anything wrong or nothing wrong? Cleaner. Okay. What's down the bottom? Okay. He's not a snake, no. Okay. Cleaner, yeah. The water, which is the most important. It's really nice. Really nice. Okay. These boxes are for... From there?
For food here. Yeah.
Food? Ah, the horses. Okay. So they get, so you put the horse feed in here. I've never seen these. Brilliant. Okay. And this is the name of the horse? Yeah? Their owner? The number of the owner? The vet? And that's fantastic. I love the stable. I love the walkway, okay? The stables are super clean. The hay looks fantastic. What do we say about the water? Water, automatic waters are fantastic and clean, they will have water all day, and it's the most important thing. When a horse travels, I don't know if it's the same in Namibia, but I think it's even probably more so because of the heat. It's very important that you know how much your horse drinks. That's right here. Okay, observation, observation, right? It happened in you know the normal stables, which stable doors, like here. Let's go back, I have a big thing about stable doors. Okay, this is good, it shuts in the middle, pretty safe. Normally they have a latch on the top and a latch on the bottom, okay? It's really important that you shut the bottom latch, because normally they kick the door, they have a little opening, the hoof goes through, and they pull back.
But also this, the doors also attended.
No, why?
Because on Friday we have a horse that you fed up, you are standing from that side and you put it in the iron, and the iron is holding him the whole time.
Oh, there you are.
We were spending an hour and somebody called us and there was no one from us.
So I think we all agree that when we have new place or something, Petrus, the first thing you do is safety. Yeah? Safety check for the horse. Okay. Okay, so safe stables, happy horses, good food, everything. That's brilliant.
Now that we're still at the stables, I don't want to keep it long. But I saw in the video that there was a window in the stable.
Yes.
I don't know how important it is. I think it is for ventilation and so forth. I see that the stables are built very nicely for ventilation. For some of our stables, we don't have windows inside, yet I would say the opening on top there is closed. Could that be a problem?
The other thing that is coming, because I have had some conversations with our head vet, is the story of cross ventilation. And remember what transfers AHS is the muggies. So those mites. But one of the ways of assisting in preventing it is to have ventilation, and cross ventilation and fresh air, so that these things can't breathe, they can't settle. So no, Reynolds, you're 100% spot on.
Okay,
Cool.
let's go. It's for everybody to be observant. Now, you see this horse? You see this horse? He's a lovely horse. I think he looks lovely. What am I going to say? He's very happy. He's out. He's got hay. He's got water. He's 5-star. Happy. Some owners like it less always. Fungus. Fungus.
You must check now.
What is important in a feed house? Okay, now you know, Marcus, what do you think is important?
Important is to keep the feed room clean.
Why?
So that the maize, the mouse, they can't even come and urinate it or eat it, they can even give the whole body sick, colic of
Yes, exactly. So you have mice also. So this is the horse.
Yes.
This is wonderful. And all these feeds, my goodness. I am so impressed. You know what is important? When something is good, say it's good.
Yeah.
The reason for an overreach boot, and it maybe he has an injury, but if he doesn't have an injury, is that this hits into this.
Yeah.
Well, he is not going to do that here in the paddock. Walk. Is he?
Yeah, but some of the horses really, when one of the horses running over here, outside then also going running in the paddock, and they make an injury itself in the paddock.
It can happen. It can happen.
On the house there? Yeah.
Okay.
Many times I tell him, sometimes the horse gets afraid when he's looking up. He said, that horse is stay and what? I said, no, close that one.
Close it.
Because that one,
It can also injure the horse.
When I want to catch a horse, okay, it wasn't so easy to catch her. Peter went behind. It's okay, you know the horse. But generally, I always have a little bit of sweet fruit. But go always, and Peter did this, always go here first. Talk to them. And then you can catch them. If you go straight to the head, they will run back. Yeah? She's getting fed up now. She says, why on earth am I doing this again? She's lovely. She's like a Connemara. Yeah? We always do in the field. Okay? I love that. Super. Do that again and show one of the others how to do it. That is really good. You see, she's nervy, so it's good to have one like this. You see this? No, it's really good. It's great to see who's talking over. It makes such a difference. Ajaz, you want to go in and try that? You see, this is what we'll be doing in lunging. All right? And it's great fun. It's a pain in the neck, but it's really important that everybody knows the safety elements of lunging. We will be talking about safety and simple lunging. It's after the bridle and saddle. Okay, that's lunging. And if you turn the page over, there are regular side reins, long side reins, long speed. Okay. We won't use the side reins. We're not going to use side reins. I think. We will see. If you really want to, we can. But we will just keep it simple. But the last picture is what is wrong. So that's the only one I want you to, that's what we don't want to see. Okay? Please will you tell them I'm very sorry. So we're going to lunge. That's later this afternoon. And everybody has a pair to lunge with. We will have 2 horses. And so we'll be able, everybody has to lunge. We have to practice. Okay? Any questions? Okay, I see lunch, so you're okay. All right. Go and have a good time. Okay, we're going to do tack, which actually is hugely important. We're going to go to a little bit of this. You don't need a radiator in your tack rooms.
So radiator in English is a
Heater, thank you. This is stuff for vets, should always be locked away if you have medicines. Now, she's putting the boots on, right? I'm hoping this morning she already checked the legs, because so many people will put a boot on and they never run their hand down the tendon. We call this a numna. I don't know what you call it. Numna? Some people put the bridles on first, the saddles on next. Really, we do this sometimes because if you're a groom, your rider's not there yet. So you leave him with the saddle on, the boots on, but not the bridle. Okay? And you leave him tacked up and you wait for God to come. Right? So there's your horse ready to do whatever he's going to do.
You guys are in the best position to tell the owner or the rider, hey, I think the saddle's too tight or too loose, or when last was the saddle fitted, and that kind of thing. Okay, so again, it comes down to the responsibility that we actually, the huge responsibility we have.
I don't think so, but I saw something which is different by us when we duck in, because she put the skin, she put the other sheep on, but there is no the skin sheep, or how can you say?
So sheepskin.
Sheepskin. Okay, good point. That's all right. Going back to the sheep, you always put sheepskin on here? You always put the sheepskin? Yeah. Okay, it's really good. We're not as rich as you are in Namibia. Most of our people don't have sheepskin. So you don't have to put it on. You can use blanket. You can use anything. Right, we have these bridles. Okay, we're going to tack up horses and we're going to work here. This is what we use a lot. It's a snaffle. What will I notice about this bit? It's quite small, so probably for a pony. It's not so wide, yeah. It could maybe do with a bit of a clean. Not too bad. At the top. Tie your horses up with string. Tie them with string. Okay. This is very good. You can groom your horses while you're waiting. Each team, groom the horses. Groom them nicely. We will go through that there too. Groom your horses. Normally you're not so lucky to have 3 people to groom 1 horse, but this is luxury. Are they all right? See, what I try and do is a bit of fun with them as well. Okay, let's see if these bridles fit these horses. Try. It's not really working. This is great. You see, they never put on that. See, he's never put on that. This is really good, Marcus. You're doing a good job. Just keep trying. There's no problem. Okay, we're going lunging. Okay, we're going to go lunging with him. You can take the head collar off. He's okay lunging on the bit? Okay, first of all, we should all be wearing gloves. Yeah. Which I'm not. Okay. The best thing to do is use two hands, okay? One hand here, which controls the horse, and you always keep this straight, okay? You always stand near the shoulder, and you always watch the eye, okay? And you always talk to your horse. Good boy, easy, and walk. Come in here for a minute. Okay, good. Good boy. Very good boy. The good thing is to talk to the horse, okay? Left hand, right hand, two hands, because then you can feed him. And pick up the whip. There we go. Okay. This you can feed like riding. Good girl. Walk, walk. Speak to your horse. Trot on. Keep the V, okay? Just keep the V. And you have the two. Very good girl. What I want to do is just quick recap on today. I'll show you one more video and then you will have your mobile phones back. Okay? So quick recap on today. Can you remember one thing, Johnny, this morning? Anything this morning before we went out? We reckon you're the most important people, isn't that right? Yeah? That was enough really, wasn't it? Once you know you're the most important people, then the problem is you have to learn everything to make the most important people the best. Yeah? You remember that? Without you, we're a bit stuck. What about that? Assume. Never assume. Exactly. You make an ass of you and me, yeah? So that's why we never assumed you could all lunge, and hey, God, was I right? Was I right? If I'd assumed you could all lunge, Jesus, we'd have had horses everywhere. If I'd assumed you could all put on a bridle, that could have been interesting. But now I know you can, so it's okay. So you never assume. Okay, the next one, what was the next one? The next one I think is for the last day. Why you, a little bit today, but we'll look at this the last day, all right? That's for the last day. Prevention is better than cure. Yeah, so all the things we saw this morning, like a little bit of a leg, tell somebody. Tomorrow we're going to discuss how the knowledge you have can be imparted and properly used. Does that make sense? So whether you tell your boss, your stable manager, your rider, how it's done, how much you can do without having to call the vet, and then when you need to call the vet and the farrier, okay? So it'll be a follow-on from that. And the progress is your pathway for grooms. There's no I in team. We're all working in this together, folks, all right?
I'm learning today how to holding the horse and how to check if the horse is sick and how to feeding our horse and how to check our horse in the temperature and how the horse is standing, if it's standing nice or not nice.
I'm so excited to be here today. So I learned something that I had never knew before. So for now, we learn how to handle the horse, how to launching the horse, how to check if the horse is okay, mentally or physically. So I'm happy to be here today.
We get a lot of knowledge and I'm very grateful of what we learned today. And besides, I'm going to pass this knowledge which I learned from here to my other colleagues.
Vanoggend is by mekaar by die klas gekom het, wat ons onze aandacht wat ons geleerd is, wat het na die peren geleerd. Hoe moet je die zaal opzetten? Hoe moet je die toom opzetten? En hoe moet je die perd groom? En de perd zo hoeven schoonmaken. Dat je al wat ons geleerd hebt. Ik heb bij geleerd en ik hou van dit.
Vandaag dus met de klas gaan beginnen en ons het geleerd gaat over de perse gezondheid en hoe moet je naar de beer moet kijken en hoe moet je weten die beer is ziek of die beer is recht en die beer voel je lekker niet. En hoe moet je die zaal moet opzetten en wanneer moet je weten nee, die zaal is hier recht niet en die toom is hier recht niet. Zo ik is mij dankbaar.
Ik wil net zeggen vandaag wat ons gaat leren. Klom goed wat ik niet ken, wat ik ga leren om die tomen te zetten en die salen om te tak. Zo, alles. Ik zeg, baie dank voor dit.
Yeah, as they say, knowledge is power. And I am actually still very excited about this course. And we were empowered this morning with much more knowledge about how to handle a horse, the safety of the horses, and most especially the welfare of the horses. And I really learned a lot. Every tiny makes a difference. So as I said in the introduction, I wish to learn every little thing that each and everyone knows here. So I'm very excited to be here, and thank you to Ms. Susanna and the rest of the crew that is sponsoring this course.